do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com. Once you're on the website, you select math as your subject. This is a grade 5 math lesson, and the topic for today is multiplication. So we would be multiplying some certain numbers to get today. Let's see the chapter number and the lesson number. The chapter is 11 and the lesson number is 19. So the chapter number would be 11, lesson number 19, and the name of the lesson is multiply a two-digit number by a three-digit number. So we know that a okay, let's go first. Let's go to the website, grade 5, chapter 11, lesson number 19. Okay, so we know that a two-digit number has ones and it has a tens, right? That would be a two-digit number. Let's suppose that a given example would be 23. The ones is 3 and the tens would be 2. There are 3 ones and 2 tens. But if we say a three-digit number, so we know that we have ones, we can have tens, and we can have a hundreds. Okay, and if we consider the number to be 123, so what we can say is there are 3 ones, 2 tens, and 1 hundreds. Okay, so let's see how we can multiply two-digit numbers and three-digit numbers, numbers having ones, tens, and hundreds. So if the question says multiply, the question says multiply 258 is to be multiplied by 83, right? So what we know is these were the ones, these were the tens, and these were the hundreds, right? One, tens, and hundreds. I'll just realign it. Okay. So when we multiply three-digit number with a two-digit number, when the ones is multiplied from the two-digit number with the three digits, okay, there are two ways of doing it. I'll do it separately first, okay? Then okay, I'll just make a copy over here. Okay, 3 multiplied by 8. 3 multiplied by 8 is 24. And we put down the 2 over here. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17, and we carry 1. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, right? So what we can do separately is we can multiply the units, then we multiply with the tens. Whenever we are multiplying with the tens, we have to put a 0 because we are not considering the units now. So this 8 would be multiplied by 8, 8 multiplied by 5, and 8 multiplied by 2. 8 multiplied by 8 is 64. We carry the 6. 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. Hi, Inspirational. Hi, Valerie. 8 multiplied by 5 was 40. 40 plus 6 is 46. We carry the 4 to the next hundredth. 8 multiplied by 2 is 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20, right? When we need to add them together, 4 plus 0 is 4. 7 plus 4, that means we have 11 tens, right? We know that 11 tens can be written as 1 hundredths and 1 tens, right? Agreed? So 1 tens and 100. 7 plus 4 would be 11. So there is 1 tens, 1 hundredths. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. We carry 1 to the thousands. 1 plus 0 is 1. And 2 comes as it is. Okay. So the answer comes out to be 21,414. Okay, Semi. What we are doing is we are multiplying a 3-digit number with a 2-digit number. Okay. Sorry, just a moment, please. 21414. Okay. Let's try another example. Just a moment, please. Sorry. For the question number 2, okay, I'll do an alternate to this. Okay, I'll do an alternate method to solve the same question. What we can do to solve this same question in an alternate way is we multiply the units first. Okay, but that would be a lot more time consuming. What we would be multiplying right now is we would be multiplying just the units. Okay, so let's say 3 when multiplied by 8 was 24. We put down the 4, we carry the 2. 3 times 5 was 15 plus 2 is 17. We carry the 1. 3 times 2 is 6, and this is 1. This is the multiplication for the ones of a 2-digit number. Then we do the multiplication for the tens part. When we are doing tens, we have to put a 0. 8 multiplied by 8 was 64. We carry this. 8 into 5 is 40 plus 6, 46. 8 plus 2 is 16 plus 20. And we simply add these two numbers together. Okay, this was the tens part. So when we add the numbers together, 774 plus 20640. This is 411. This is 4. We carry 1, 1 and 2. We get the same answer. But I would prefer the first method that we did to solve this question, okay? Because doing the working separately, okay, doing the question multiplication separately would take a lot of space and we might forget to add the numbers, okay? Let's do another example. This was an or means alternate method. We can do in the first way or the second way. Let's have a look at another question. Okay, 392, sorry, just a moment, please. Multiply by 90. So we know that whenever we are multiplying, okay, for question number 2, if this statement was given to us, okay, I'll just make a copy of this so that we see this is very easy. Why? Because we know that whenever a number is ending with a 0, can this be written as 392 multiplied by 9? Agreed? And we put the 0 at the end. So we can write 392 multiplied by 9. 9 times 2 is 18. We carry a 1. Agreed? 9 times 9 is 9 times 9 is 81. Plus 1 is 82. Put the 8. 8 times 3 is, sorry, 9 times 3 is 27, right? Plus 8, that is 35. Agreed? So when we multiply, this should come out to be 3528. And since we had a 0, we should be doing a 0 over here. That should be the answer. 392 into 90, 35,280. The answer should be 35,280. But it's very confusing over here. Some people might forget how this needs to be done. Okay, so what we will do is, okay, so what we would try to do is, we would try to do it as a regular question. Okay, so if I would say the same question given, and we would want to do it like a regular question, let's see what can be done. Whichever way is feasible for you, because in this topic what we are looking at is, we are looking at multiplying 2-digit numbers with 1-digit numbers, right? So let's multiply the units with all the numbers. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. 0 multiplied by 9 is 0. 0 multiplied by 3 is 0, right? When the tens is being multiplied, we always put a 0. 9 multiplied by 2 was 18. We carry the 1. 9 multiplied by 9 is 81. 81 plus 1 is 82. We carry the 8. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 plus 8 is 35. When we add them together, 0, 8, 2, 5, and 3, we get the same answer, right? I was just using this rule. Why? Because this number was a number ending with a 0, right? And we know the rules for the numbers ending with a 0. We can do it directly, or we can, okay, we can do the we can remove the 0, multiply, and then put the 0 at the end. Let's have a look at another question. Okay. The next question says multiply 173 by 35. So question number 3 gives us this information. This is our question number 3. In this case, what we had to do was we have to multiply 173 by 35. So when the units of a 2-digit number is multiplied, 5 times 3 is 15. We carry the 1 to the tens. 5 times 7 is 35. Plus 1 is 36. We carry the 3 to the hundreds. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. Okay. When we are multiplying with the tens, we have to remember that we have to put a 0 because we are not multiplying with the units. So now what we can say is 3 multiplied by 3 was 9. 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. We put down the unit and we carry the 2. 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 1 is 3 plus 2, that is 5. When we add these numbers together, 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 9 is 15. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. And we carry 1. It should come out to be 6,055. Right? So let's verify 173 into 35. 6,055 is the answer. Right? Let's have a look at another example. Okay. The next question says multiply 271 multiplied by 20. Next question, question number 4 says we need to multiply 271. Inspirational. Let's do this question. Help me out with this. Okay. We have 271 so the units place is 7. 7 multiplied by 1 would be 7 multiplied by 1 is 7. 7 multiplied by 7 is 49. Sorry, 49. 7 multiplied by 2 was 14. Perfect, thank you. 7 multiplied by 2 was 14. 14 plus 4 is 18. When we multiply with the tens, we need to remember that we have to put a 0. 2 multiplied by 1 was 2. 2 multiplied by 7 is 14. We carry a 1. 2 multiplied by 2 is 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So when we add them together, 7 comes as it is. 9 plus 2 is 11. 1 stays here, 1 goes up. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 9 plus 4 is 13. Carry a 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. And we put a comma after 3 digits. Okay, before 3 digits. Okay, so 271 multiplied by 27. 7,000. Okay, 7,317. Okay, okay, perfect. Let's have a look at the next question. For the next question, it says we will do the regular multiplication even if the number ends with a 0. Okay, because we are trying to remember how two and 3 digit numbers multiplication is being done. For the next question, it says multiply 893 by a 40. Question number 5. So when the units is multiplied, 0 multiplied by 3 is 0. 0 multiplied by 9 is a 0. 0 multiplied by 8 is a 0. Moving to the tens, whenever we are multiplying tens, we start with a 0 because we are not considering the units. Okay. 4 multiplied by 3 was 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, right? 4 multiplied by 9 is 36. Yes. 4 multiplied by 9 is 36. 36 plus 1 is 37. 4 multiplied by 8 is 32. And 32 plus 3 is 35. When we add these numbers together, 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 7 is 7. 5 and 3. The answer comes out to be 30. Okay, so the answer comes out to be 35,720, and we verify 35,720. What was the other way to do this question? The other way to do this question was 893 was to be multiplied by a 40. This number was ending with a 0. We can say 893 to be multiplied by 4. 4, 3, 12. We carry 1. 4 times 9, 36. Plus 1 is 37. 3 comes over. 8 times 4 is 32. Plus 5, 35. So we can say this comes out to be 3572. And we simply bring down the 1 0, and we still have the same answer. Okay, 35,720. Thank you, Semi, and thank you, Inspiration. Okay. The next question says 400 and multiply 483 by 85. Okay, so question number 6. So the question number 6 gives us this statement. So we need to multiply the units first. 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. 5 multiplied by 8 is 40. 5. Spatial, please focus here. Okay, let's do the steps and let's try to find the answer together. 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. 40 plus 1 is 41. Thank you. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. But when we multiply with the tens, we need to, okay, 0. Semi, what should be the final answer? Eight multiplied by 3 was 24. We carry the 2. 8 times 8 is 64. 64 plus 4 is 66. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 6 is 38. When we will add these numbers together, 5, 5, 10, 11, 4. Let's confirm. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Inspiration. The 483 into 85 comes out to be 41,055. Okay, perfect. Your answer is also correct. Okay, I'll tell you something else now. Okay, if I change, please just focus on the next part. Okay, if I change the sequence, if I say 85 is to be multiplied by 483, we know that we do multiplication in any order, A multiplied by B or B multiplied by A. It should have the same answer, right? That means this should also have the same answer, right? The answer should come out to be same, 41,055. But there's a difference to this question, okay? The difference to this question is we have now units, tens, and hundreds at the lower, right? So let's see how this can be done. When 3 is multiplied by 5, it becomes 15. 1 is carried. 3 multiplied by 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Agreed? I told you that whenever we are multiplying with the tens, we put a 0. 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. We carry the 4. 8 multiplied by 8 is 64. 64 plus 4 is 68. This is a little difficult, but this would still be possible, right? Now, when we multiply the hundreds, that's why we always write the bigger 3-digit at the top and the smaller 2-digit at the bottom. But I have changed the sequence in this question, okay? I wrote the 2 digits at the top and 3 digits at the bottom. So now when we are multiplying the 100th value with the unit of, so now what we need, since we put 1 0 when we were doing it with tens, right? Now we have to put 2 zeros because we are multiplying with the hundreds. 4 into 5 is 20 and 2 is carried. 4 into 8 is 32 and 32 plus 2 is 34. Let's add them and see if we have the same answer. 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 8 is 10. We carry 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. We carry 1. And we still get the same answer. The difference is that in this case, the 2-digit number was at the bottom. In this case, the 3-digit number is at the bottom. So what I would recommend is always keep the 3-digit number at the top. Because if you are putting the 3-digit number at the bottom, you have to do one extra step. So we want to make our lives easy, right? So my recommended way is, they both are perfectly correct, but we would try to do in this manner. Yes, it will have the same answer, right? Because in mathematics, we know 2 multiplied by 3 or you 3 multiplied by 2, they both would be equal to 6. The order of multiplication does not matter. We have the same answer. I'm not trying to explain you about the answer over here. What I'm trying to explain you here is that if you do, yes, it is the same question, right? I just changed the order. See, what I did was, in this case, I'll just highlight. In this case, it was written as 483 at the top and 85, 3-digit number at the top and 2-digit number at the bottom. But if I change the sequence, changing the sequence means if I write the 2-digit number at the top and 3-digit number at the bottom, I just flip their positions, right? So the working will change. The recommended way is always keep the larger number at the top. Okay, that is my recommended way. Both of the ways would be correct. I would explain the second method again when we'll be doing 3 digits with 3 digits. I'll explain this again with some other questions also, but the recommended way is the bigger number stays at the top, okay, to make our working easier for us. Okay, let's have a look at another question. The next question says 402 is to be multiplied by 97. Okay. Okay. The next question is 402 is to be multiplied by 97. What we can see is the larger number is at the top. That makes our life easier. Okay. We want to do the questions. We can do the easy way, we can do the difficult way. So let's try to do it the easy way. The larger number stays at the top. 7 multiplied by 2 is 14. 1 is carried. 7 multiplied by 0 was 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 7 multiplied by 4 is 28. When we multiply the tens, right? This is the tens. 9. So we have to put a 0 over here. 9 multiplied by 2 was 18. We carry a 1. 9 multiplied by 0 is 0. And 1 comes as it is. 9 multiplied by 4 is 36. When we add them together, 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 8 is 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. 3 plus 2, 3 plus 6 is 8. And 3. So the answer comes out to be 38,994. I'll just confirm by calculator. Yes, perfect. 38,994, right, is the answer. This is the easier way to do the question, okay? To keep the bigger number at the top. Always try to keep the bigger number at the top. Okay, for the next question, it says, multiply 472 multiplied by 21. Okay, let's do this. Question number 8. $472 is to be multiplied by 21. Question number 8. So if we say the units 1 is to be multiplied by each and every number, Rebecca, can we have the answer? 1 multiplied by 2 would be 2. 1 multiplied by 7 is 7. 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. Okay. Now when we multiply this 2 that is in the tens position, we know that whenever we are multiplying the tens, we put a 0. 2 multiplied by 2 would be 4. 2 multiplied by 7 would be 14. We carry a 1. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. When we add them together, the answer should come out to be 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 is 11. We carry 1 to the hundreds. 1 plus 4 is 5. And 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 comes as it is. Let's confirm whether answer is correct. So we can say 472 is to be multiplied by 21. That comes out to be, okay, that comes out to be 9,912. Okay, let's have a look at another question. Okay. The next question says multiply, okay, 118 by 22. When we multiply 118 by 22, we can say 2 multiplied by 8 was 16. We carry a 1. 2 multiplied by 1 was 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 multiplied by 1 is 1. Whenever we have the same digits, it's a very easy question. Why? Because when we were multiplying with the tens, it's the same number. So without even multiplying, I would just simply write 6 and 1. It would, because 2 times 8 is 16. 6, carry 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 1. 6 plus 0 is 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 1 comes as it is. Okay. Hi, Arim. What is the question? Arim, do you have a question? Arim, can you type the question if there is any question? I'll answer that first. Okay. This was our question number 9. Let's have a look at another question meanwhile. Okay. The next question says 962 is to be multiplied by 45. So when we multiply, okay, when we multiply 962 by a 45, let's see what are the possibilities. Question number 10. We know that we can multiply the units. 5 multiplied by 2 is, Nani, can you give me the answer? 5 multiplied by 2 is tens. We carry a 1 because there's 0 units and 1 tens. 5 multiplied by 6 is 30. 30 plus 1 is 31. We carry the 3. 5 multiplied by 9 is perfect. 5 multiplied by 9 is 45. And 45 plus 3 is 48. Agreed? Now let's multiply the tens. Once we are multiplying the tens, we put a 0. 4 multiplied by 2 would be 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. 4 multiplied by 6 is 4 multiplied by 6, 24. And we take this 2. 9 multiplied by 4 is 9 multiplied by 4 is 36. 36 plus 2 is 38. So once we add the numbers together, 0, 9, 1 plus 8 is 9. 8 plus 4 would be 12. We carry a 1. 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. We carry a 1. And this becomes 43,290. And we can confirm 962 multiplied by 45 comes out to be 43,290. So what I'm doing is, once I've multiplied it, you can pick up your calculator, just put in the numbers, and it would show us that we have the same answer, right? Please do verify. Okay. Okay, let's do some questions from the test. And let's see who can answer these, but without a calculator. Because if you answer too quickly, I would know that it's done through a calculator. Okay. So we have chapter 11. Just a moment, please. Chapter 11, multiplication, and 19. 11, 19, right? So the test, I would start off with the test, and the test says, I hope there are 4 questions, 4 answers. Okay. The first question tells us we need to multiply. Okay. This is the first question from the test. question number 1 from the test. Can I have the answer? Take your time, multiply. What should be the answer for this question? See, I have an option to mute the chat. Okay, but I want you people to answer, right? Rebecca, what would be the answer for this question? If we would multiply these numbers together, what should be the answer? Okay, 2 multiplied by 8 was 16. We carry 1. 2 multiplied by 2. Perfect. Okay, option number 2. Semi, we cannot have 472 because it's not in the options. Have a look again. 2 multiplied by 1 was 2 plus 3. 2 ones are 2. When we consider the tens, we have to put a 0. Okay. 2 multiplied by 8 is 16. We carry a 1. 2 multiplied by 2 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. 2 multiplied by 2 is 2. When we add them together, thank you, Semi. Thank you, Inspiration. This is 6, 5, sorry, this is 9. This would be 9, this would be 5, this would be 2. That means this is our answer. Okay. Okay, moving ahead to the next question. Let's see if they are telling us multiply 158 by 76. Or if the statement would have said find the product of. Product means multiplication, right? This is our question number 2. Oh, okay, okay. Now you remember, okay? Thank you, Sami. It's very important that if even we make a mistake, we find our own mistake. Now you'll remember, you would not make that mistake again, okay? That's good. Okay, thank you. What about this? What about question number 2? We know that 6 multiplied by 8 is 48. Sorry, 48. We carry the 4. 6 times 5 is 30. 34. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. We put the 0 with the tens. 7 times 8 is 56. 6 comes here. 5 is carried. 7 times 5 is 35. 35 plus 5 is 35 plus 5 is 40. We carry a 4. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 8 plus 0 is 8. Agreed? 4 plus 6 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 0 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1. And we don't forget to put a comma. Yes, thank you. Option number 1. Perfect. Now you will never forget this, okay? Putting a 0. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for being there. And please do complete the remaining questions, okay? Best of luck. Have a nice day.